Hello everybody, I've had a few of you guys ask me how I make my speed draw videos. Might it be a message on Twitter or Skype or other places? So I thought I would actually make a quick video showing you how I do it. Now this shouldn't be considered a tutorial because there are other videos showing you how to do it. This is how I make mine. So there's probably going to be easier ways to do certain things, so just let me know in the comments below if there are easier ways for me to do certain things. Just showing you guys how I do it. So on your screen right now, you will see three programs open. The first one is OBS, which is this one here. Move that around a bit. This is the program that captures your monitor. OBS stands for Open Broadcast Software. I use this program for my live streams as well on Picarto TV. You can also use OBS to record your video content or capture your monitor for video content on YouTube. This program is free to use, and a link to download it will be in the description below the video. The next program behind it is a program called AVC, or Any Video Converter. That basically means that the file format that OBS captures your files to might not be in an editable format, so you need to convert them. And this is the program that I use to convert my files. All you do is just drag the files in, click convert to whatever format you want it to be. I convert them to MP4 so I can edit them in my editing software. The final program you see on screen right now is a program called Sony Vegas Pro 13.0. This is the program I use to make all of my video content, might they be speed draws or my review videos or just anything else, you know. So to record my audio, by the way, the program I'm using right now, I'm not using OBS to record my audio, I am actually using Audacity. And this is, as you can see, it's recording all my audio right now. The microphone I am using is a Samsung Go mic. It's just a USB, it's not a line-in mic. I am looking to upgrade it soon. And just want to show you what I'm using to make my videos. Audacity is a free program. I highly recommend this if you want to record audio for any video making, regardless of what kind of content you make. Audacity is really good and easy program to use for audio. The first thing you probably want to know is what program to use to actually make digital art. What I use is obviously Photoshop CS6. I swear by this program. I have used Photoshop pretty much since 2008, so almost 10 years. Before that, I used a program called GIMP, and I've used Artweaver a few times as well. But at a certain point, I needed a program that was a little bit more heavy duty, and the best one that I found that I could work with was Photoshop. Obviously, Photoshop is not free, but there are other options available to you that are very similar to Photoshop. It might not be, it might not have as much variety in the tools that you can use, but there are free options out there available to you. You just have to shop around, for want of a better term, and use free software first before actually investing any money into actual programs like Photoshop or, you know, Illustrator or other programs similar to that. So for this quick demonstration on how I make my speed draw videos, I'm going to show you how I made the speed draw video for this piece, Scootaloo from My Little Pony Friendship is Magic G4. So the first thing you need to do is set up your scenes. I have three different scenes here. The Mad Munchkin one is the one that I use for my live streams. As you can see, I'm a shameless plug here, but this just happens to be the first thing that comes up. It's the offline image, but it's also the image that displays when I start live streaming. And the second one is for my Let's Plays. I don't really do those as often as I used to, so you can have it set so it captures your camera. Hi. And you can move that around as well, so you can have it at the bottom right or top left, anywhere you want it. And then the final scene is the one that is speed draws. And basically what it means is if you click each one, you will see the sources window will have more things in it. The one with the most is obviously for the live streams, because it will have like the break. If I get rid of this, it will have the break thing, It might have different things. If I'm changing the day to a Saturday, for instance, it will show you the video capture device. If I want to show my face at any point, that's the source for the video camera. And I will show you how to set these up in a second. So if we go back to scenes and click speed draw, the speed draw scene only has 3 sources in it. And the reason for that is just to keep things simple. You don't really need to make things too busy here. My setup, I have 2 monitors. I have 2 24-inch monitors. They're both Asus monitors. I use monitor 2 to make all of my stuff on Photoshop on, so I have my sources set to capture everything that's happening on monitor 2. Now how you do that is you right click in sources and click add, and the drop down menu will appear showing you your different sources you can set up. So you can set window capture, which will just capture, as it says, just one program, or you click monitor capture, which will capture everything on your monitor. And that's what we've got it set to for this video. And the next thing, you can set images. If you want things to overlay over your video, like a template or something, you can set that up, and I will go through the other things in another video. So I've already got my sources set up here. I've got monitor 2 there. I've also got monitor 1 there if I want to capture something on the opposite monitor at any point. Today we won't be doing that, so nothing will appear on monitor 1 on this video anyway. And the final thing is a template. Now this template is something that I made in Photoshop. So if I go back to Photoshop and just open that for you so you can see it. This is the template that's in its source file. I've just called it Picarto TV Template 2017. So there's lots of tutorials online that you can look up on how to actually make your template. I suggest looking that up yourself, or I can show you in another video on how I actually make templates. But my templates aren't the best. Other people can make far better quality templates than I do. To set up an actual template, you right click and add, and because it's an image you're adding technically, even though it's a PNG, you click image and you type in, say, I'll just be template 2 just for the sake of this video, click OK, and a box will pop up saying, just asking you to tell it what file you want it to be. So you just find it here, so I'll just put template 2, so I'll just bring in this one, say this is a different one altogether, so that's one template there, it appears right away, and then you can just get rid of that. Template 2 is the one I use for speed draws. I used this one for a pony themed video I did, live stream I did. Those are, you might recognize those as the PNGs I've used in videos before. Okay, so the next thing that you guys will probably want to know is what settings should I set it to in order to get the best video output quality. So the thing to do is to make sure you got your right source scenes selected and go up here to, if you click profiles, you can set different profiles for each thing. So you can change the settings for each thing. So instead of every time you open OBS and you're using it for different things, you've already got like settings pre-saved for whatever you're saving it to. So I've got different settings for live streaming, different settings for Let's Play, and different settings for speed draw. So if you go up here, because I'm recording, I can't actually make a new profile at the moment. So if I go into settings, I will show you the settings that I use. So setting profile, as you can see, because I'm recording, I obviously can't change that, but you should have different profiles set up for wherever you're using it for. So one is for recording and one's for live streaming. So make sure you have recording set on your setting profile, and whatever your language is. Mine is obviously English because I'm British, well, more specifically Scottish. Then you go into your encoding, and you should have the encoder ×264 selected. Don't have quick sync selected or NVIDIA or wherever your video card is, and have your quality balance set to 10 and max bitrate is at 1000, and tick the use custom buffer size. Some of these settings, these are the best settings for my setup. Your settings will be slightly different, but again, you can look up actual tutorials. This is just me showing you how I do it. I make sure the codec is MP3 and bitrate is 192. Format's 44, channel is stereo, so that's fine. Now for broadcast settings. Now you are making a speed draw video, so you're not actually broadcasting this, you're not live streaming this. So your mode should be set to file output only. What does that mean? It means that OBS is going to save your recording as a file. It's not going to be streaming it via Picarto. For your file path, I have it on an external hard drive or a separate hard drive altogether. Because these files are huge. Each file is sometimes over an hour long, and so you need to make sure that you're not taking up valuable memory. So the best thing to avoid that is to have a separate drive that is devoted completely to video footage. Your replay buffer should be set to 1, and again your replay buffer file path should, well, that is preset. You can change that to something else if you so wish. I've kept it the same as OBS has already. That's just the default thing, so I just keep it like that. For your video settings, your base resolution, I have that set to custom, and it's 1920 by 1080, and your aspect ratio is 16:9. Resolution downscale is set to none. It's 1920 by 1080. 1920 by 1080. What is that? That is literally the resolution that all YouTube videos are at. That is the size of the videos. So that basically means that your video is going to be of the best quality when you play it back on YouTube, or when you upload it to YouTube rather. So your frame per second is set to 60. You can lower that if you wish. You will end up with a slightly lower quality when you play it back, but just experiment and play around until you find a setting that works for you. So here's Picarto. This is my page here on Picarto TV. Obviously we're not live at the moment, so if you go to configuration on Picarto, if you have premium, I am a premium member as you can see. If you go to the left here, scroll down until you get to recording, click that, and as you can see you have 12 recording slots available to you, so you can actually download your live streams as well. So you've got that as a backup. So the next thing is that you probably want to know how I actually make them in the editing software itself. So I will show you that just now. So you have all your video files saved on your external hard drive here, just as an example. There's all my video files there. It's very disorganized, but trust me, sometimes that helps when you're a creative person to not be so organized, because sometimes things, you can just get stressed out by trying to keep things too tidy. So there's my external hard drive there, showing all my files and stuff. So the program I mentioned earlier, AVC, any video converter, if I bring that back up here again, I've already imported files that I wanted to convert. I've already done that. All you do is you just drag a file in. Say if I just wanted to convert this one, and I click convert, I'll convert this file to MP4, which will be an editable format. I can drag that into Sony Vegas later. So you click convert and it will do it for you. I'm not going to click that just now because it will take a while to convert this, because this is over an hour long. So you wait until that's done. Then the next thing you do is go to your actual editing software. Mine is Sony Vegas. So if I open a new file, start from scratch, press OK. Once you've converted all of your files, you want to drag them over, and I'm going to drag them one at a time. The first part of the recording is just under 3 minutes long, and this is in real time. So if I just move this over and press play, so if you were watching a live stream, this would be the speed that I would be drawing at. Obviously for a speed draw video, you're not going to be sitting watching someone draw for 6 hours. You want to keep that down to 4 minutes or less. So how do you do that? How do you speed up your footage? It's really simple. On Sony Vegas Pro, if you go to the end of your video clip until trim event end, box appears. It says drag to adjust the ending point of the event. All you have to do is just hold down the CTRL button on your keyboard until it says time stretch, and hold down your left mouse button and drag it to the left, and that actually speeds up the video. So if I move the play time back and then press play again, and you will see that it's sped up. Okay? Now, the downside about making speed draw videos is that you have to do this for every video that you record when making your drawing. And with me, I end up sometimes having 8 files, so you have to do this in the same file. You're speeding up the video, each video clip, over and over. So for instance, the next video here, I'll drag this in, so that's in real time again, and that is around 15 minutes worth. So you hold down Control and drag that over, so then you end up with 4 minutes, and then drag the next part over, and so on. So you might end up with, even with speeding up the video, it's still going to end up being an hour long. And what you have to do is render that file. And all you do, you just file render as, and I've got this set to Internet 1920 by 1080, and the output is Sony AVC or MVC, and that's MP4. It's not the best file format for uploading to YouTube, but it is for actual final video footage for me anyway. So I render that, and once that file has rendered, I import it again into Sony Vegas and speed that up. So just for example, if I bring in this clip, say I'll just drag that down and then render that again until you end up with, you keep rendering it down and speeding it up until the final format gets to 4 minutes or less. So your final video should look something like this. And this will have music played. So this is sped up about 10 times of the original playback. So if you press play, so in other words, instead of it being 3 hours or 6 hours long, now it's only 3 minutes long. For making speed draw videos, uploading them to YouTube, you obviously would want to have some music in the background. Now, if you have a YouTube partnership, you should have a perk with your partnership that allows you to use license-free music. If you don't, you can always commission actual musicians and pay them for music. The downside to that, you may have to wait a bit before you have music that you can use. So this is why having a YouTube partnership is fantastic, because whenever you use license-free music, even though you're not paying for the music, the partnership that you're with is. So this is about 6 hours worth of drawing sped up to 3 minutes. And obviously I've edited out any point where I took a break or something, like I'll cut bits out, which I can show you in another video if people want to see that. For the outro, I will have the final image here for just like 10 or 20 seconds, and then I will have my outro, which will show you how, like, places where you can buy my art, which is on Etsy and eBay. I'll say links in the description below the video, and then I'll say like commission list, and then the actual live stream site, as well as my PO box address there. So that's how I make my speed draw videos, guys. So I hope that was of some help to you. If you have any more questions, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm Mad Munchkin. Stay creative. Bye.